ASMRGaming News. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to ASMR Gaming News. Please hit that like button, sit back, relax, and let's begin. So we have a lot of great video game news this week, lots and lots of good gaming news, so lots of Nintendo news actually. So before we get into that, I just want to go over some of the non-Nintendo news to get that out of the way first. So Anthem got a brand new launch trailer in the last week or so. A very nice launch trailer showing off gameplay elements. Honestly, Anthem looks really cool, and this is a nice trailer, so if you haven't seen it yet, highly recommend checking out the Anthem launch trailer. They're really trying to push this game. I think the graphics look amazing, and I think this is going to be a successful game when it releases. I hear a lot of good things from people that got into the beta after, of course, they managed to start playing, because there were some initial errors, but the game seems to be good so far. And speaking of Anthem, Neil Blomkamp, or I think it's pronounced Blomkamp, I've heard people pronounce it Neil Blomkamp and Neil Blomkamp, so both Bloom and Blomkamp. Honestly, I'm not sure which one is correct. I'm just going to go with Blomkamp, because that's how we would pronounce it in America. But I believe he is from South Africa, if I'm not mistaken, and he is the director that made movies like District 9 and Chappie. Really good movies, by the way, so if you haven't seen Chappie or District 9, highly recommend checking out those movies. The thing is, the developers for Anthem asked him to direct a live-action launch, style trailer for Anthem, and it's like a 3.5-minute long trailer with real people, special effects and everything. It looks amazing. It looks like a movie for real. Right now, pause this video, go check out the Anthem live-action trailer. It's super cool. It looks like a movie that I would actually go watch. It looks really nice. I don't know how much money they paid him to direct a trailer, but it was probably a lot of money, and you can tell because the budget for the trailer is extremely high. There's this sequence at the end when one of the Anthem characters is in this water vortex, and the special effects are insane. Very, very nice. So absolutely love these trailers that have been coming out for Anthem. So, Call of Duty 2019. Lots and lots of rumors circulating about this game. So, Activision Blizzard had an investors meeting recently, and Activision was talking about the future titles that would be releasing later this year. And apparently, the next Call of Duty game, which is rumored to be Modern Warfare 4, nothing's been confirmed yet. People are saying it's Modern Warfare 4. But Activision revealed that the next game will have a single-player campaign. So a lot of people are going to be excited about that. It's going to have a brand new story and everything. Not sure if that means an entirely different campaign with different characters and everything, or if it's going to be linked to the Modern Warfare series in some way. We do not know yet. Apparently, it's going to have a extensive co-op mode, and in this co-op mode, you will be able to bring in your friend and do special co-op missions together. So that's nice. And get this, they are planning on a very, very large multiplayer map. So people are suggesting that this means that the next Call of Duty is going to have yet another style Battle Royale blackout mode. So it seems like moving forward they're going to be having the regular multiplayer, then a Battle Royale mode, and a single player campaign. So Good job, Activision. This is what people want. It's basically everything that people want out of Call of Duty games now. You know, they want the zombies mode, a co-op multiplayer, the single player. Now they want the blackout mode and the regular multiplayer modes. So if they're actually going to do this, this is probably going to be yet another fantastic, like, best-selling Call of Duty game of the year and possibly of the decade. So interested to see how that is going to go moving forward. Next, we have some Apex Legends news. So last time I mentioned how they were happy about, after like 5 hours, 1 million players already signed up for Apex Legends and were online playing. Well, new numbers are in, and as of right now, like a week has passed since the game came out, 25 million players have been like registered in the game to be like online at a certain time. So over 25 million people have logged on and played Apex Legends. That is crazy. Respawn, the developers behind the game, must be very, very happy about this. And I'm sure EA Games is happy as well, so I wonder if the game's popularity is going to continue moving forward. But very, very nice to see that 25 million milestone. That's very important for multiplayer games. And speaking of Apex Legends, Respawn was recently asked if they would bring Apex Legends to the Nintendo Switch, and they replied that they are completely open to that idea. It's actually something that they want to do. They just have nothing to announce and no plans currently. So there is a chance that maybe in the future Apex Legends could appear on the Nintendo Switch. You know, Fortnite is on the Switch. Another Battle Royale game, Paladins Realm Royale, I think is going to be arriving on the Switch shortly. And Warframe is also on the Switch. So lots of very like multiplayer heavy games are on the Switch already. So I think Apex Legends is eventually going to release on the Switch, possibly even later this year. And speaking of the Nintendo Switch, we now have a lot of Nintendo news to cover because there was a big Nintendo Direct this week. So first piece of news is for a game that I'm really excited about. It was announced during the Nintendo Direct. It's called Astral Jane. Yes, Astral Jane. Astral Jane. I love saying that. It's such a unique name. So it's being developed by Platinum Games. Hideki Kamiya, you know, the man that was involved with Bayonetta and a lot of other fantastic games. Wonderful 101 is involved. Some of the guys from Nier Automata are involved. Anarchy Reigns. Just a lot of like brilliant game designers, developers, writers are involved with this game. So it's going to have amazing music, fun graphics, nice anime art style, and the gameplay in this trailer is what blew me away. Like from the second that I saw it, I was like, I need to play this. And it's actually coming out later this year, so I'm really happy about that. It's kind of like a futuristic sci-fi game. There's like a lot of like machine robots. You play as these police officer looking characters. Not sure exactly. Nothing was really revealed about the story. But the game is coming out in August, and the trailer has English voice acting, so that means that the game is actually almost complete, probably. But the gameplay, man, it's so fast, so fluid, very, very action-heavy. Reminds me of Bayonetta, Nier Automata, actually. Honestly, I keep confusing how to pronounce that game. The wonderful 101, it just has that signature Platinum Games quality to it, so this is going to be a great game and one of my favorite announcements from the Direct. So next, probably one of the biggest announcements that made everybody go crazy was The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening is going to be getting a remake on the Nintendo Switch. And the art style is kind of like a clay animation. It reminds me of one of the Yoshi games that came out recently, maybe the Kirby. What was that? What was that Kirby game that came out on the Wii U? That basically looked like clay. I forget the name. But anyway, it looks like a lot of the recent Yoshi and Kirby games that are kind of going for a clay animation, claymation art style. Very cutesy, very like polished. It looks nice. It looks really nice. And for those that don't know, The Link's Awakening is kind of an obscure Zelda game that came out on the original Game Boy. So I actually played that. It's one of my favorite Zelda games, definitely in my top 5 favorite Zelda games, so I'm excited. It later got a remaster, remake, or port. I'm gonna call it a port on the Game Boy Color. It was called Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX, and that version basically added color to the exact same game. So instead of playing, with the standard green and gray backgrounds of the original Game Boy, you had the chance to actually see Link in green and the forest colors in blue and red and stuff like that. So that version is probably the better one to play. But now we are getting the remake, and I'm really happy. By the way, this game has one of the best Zelda songs ever. Marin's theme. Really, really good. Definitely one of the better, Zelda music tracks out there. My top 5 favorites. So, I love the music, love the game, so I'm really happy about this remake. And the thing is, a lot of people don't know about this game, so for the first time, lots of new Zelda fans are going to be able to play this new Zelda game and experience the story for themselves, and I'm really happy about that. It actually made me smile while I was watching the Nintendo Direct, because I was, reminiscing about the first time that I played this game. And let me tell you, this game has a dungeon called Eagle's Tower. It's called Eagle's Tower, so that sounds really cool, like, a tower with eagles or something, but no. It's one of the hardest dungeons in a Zelda game that I have ever played. Seriously, super confusing, very long, very, very difficult. I don't think any kid managed to beat that dungeon when it came out back in the early 90s, because it was impossible without a guide. So I'm wondering if the dungeon is going to be as hard as it was in the original game. But anyway, I'm rambling on now. So very, very excited about Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and check out the trailer if you haven't seen it yet. Can't wait to play this. Next, now this is some awesome news. Tetris has a brand new game on the Nintendo Switch called Tetris 99. And basically, this is a battle royale Tetris game. So, like in Fortnite, you get out of the battle bus and you face 99 other players, and the last one standing is the winner. Well, that's basically what Tetris 99 is. It's you and 98 other players, so it's 99 players total on one screen, and you basically have to fight all these other Tetris players and be the last one that survives, and it's really, really difficult. Everyone's attacking each other. The Tetris pieces start falling at a faster rate. The music speeds up. Things get more complicated. There's stuff flying all over the screen. It's really insane, very intense game. I absolutely love it. I downloaded it as soon as I heard. I played some games, and I actually recorded some videos, so expect a Tetris 99 ASMR video on the channel very, very soon. Love the game. Now, I'm not a Tetris master or anything like that. I just enjoy playing Tetris casually. But let me tell you, there are some crazy Tetris kings in this game. People that survive at the end are doing just insane things that I have never seen anyone else do in Tetris. Like, wow, there are some professional players on this game right now. So if you have a Nintendo Switch, the game is available for free as long as you have a Nintendo Online subscription. So definitely check out this game if you haven't seen it yet. There's a trailer and everything on Nintendo's official channel. And it's rumored that this game is going to be getting a team like squad mode, where basically a team of like 3 or 4 people, I guess, battle against another team of Tetris players. So that is awesome. Nintendo, man, Nintendo, you're doing very good with the Switch. I absolutely love you guys. And you know what? I wonder if other games should have a Battle Royale mode. Like, imagine a Super Mario Brothers Battle Royale where you start at the first level and you only have 1 life, and the goal is to make it all the way to like the end of the game and survive against 99 other players that are going through the exact same level, picking up power-ups, using items, avoiding like dying in the pits and enemies and stuff like that. So I don't know, I think there's something there. I hope Nintendo tries to make their own Battle Royale game, because I think they would make one of the best Battle Royale games out there if they put the time into creating one. Next, we have some Super Smash Bros. Ultimate news. Nintendo revealed that the 3.0 patch would be coming sometime in spring, and that the Joker character DLC should be arriving sometime before April. So people are saying that this means that it'll come in March, but some people are saying not to trust Nintendo, and that it'll probably come sometime in April, like mid-April, early April, something like that. But so Joker from Persona 5 is going to be the next DLC character, and he's coming out in the next month or so. So that's great. Can't wait to see how he plays like in the game. And I hope that they reveal the next DLC character shortly after that. So this is another big one, another big announcement. Nintendo was just killing it with the announcements. Super Mario Maker 2. So Super Mario Maker 2 is the next Mario game in the Mario Maker series. I loved the first Mario Maker game. It was later ported to the 3DS with less features, so don't recommend picking up the 3DS version. The Wii U version is the way to go. I should probably record a video for the channel. I just never got around to it, but I love the game. I had a lot of fun creating levels and playing levels like by other people, because the way the game was set up is you could play games that other people created, like other levels, and people would create like these insanely difficult Super Mario levels, and they were a lot of fun to play. Really frustrating, but you still had fun. And you could create your own levels and upload them, and your friends could play them and like heart the level if they liked it. So it was a really nice like community, and I'm happy that they're making a sequel now for the Switch, and they're adding a lot of new options and modes. They show off that you can create slopes in this game, which is something that people were begging the first game would add like in an update or something. So Nintendo is finally adding slopes. So if any of you love Super Mario World and sliding down slopes into enemies and stuff like that, you're going to be able to do that in this game. It looks great, and yeah, they're going to be adding even more content apparently after the game launches, and like updates and stuff like that. So this is going to be a big game this year, and I'm probably going to pick it up just because I love Nintendo. Super Mario Maker is so much fun, and it's coming out in June, so that's not too far away. I was honestly expecting Christmas or something like that, so just a few more months until that game comes out. Next, we got an announcement that Bayonetta 3 is still in development. no new trailer or any other news aside from that. So Bayonetta 3 is in development, and we're probably going to hear more news about it shortly, in the next few months, maybe, possibly, hopefully. Honestly, they were kind of vague, so it's weird that they're being so vague about this game. I think they're preparing a trailer and maybe a gameplay demo or something, so can't wait for more news on Bayo 3. So next, Fire Emblem 3 Houses got a lot of attention this Nintendo Direct. Nintendo focused a lot of their time talking about this game. It's the next big Fire Emblem game, so it's understandable. It's going to be coming out in July for the Switch, and what makes this like really unique is it's going to be like the first HD Fire Emblem game, because Fire Emblem is usually on portable systems, and the last time that Fire Emblem was on a console was on the Nintendo Wii, and that was a very, very long time ago. And before that, it was like on the GameCube, and then it was on like the Super Nintendo and NES, I believe, is where the series started. Honestly, I forget, because the games were always Japanese and were only released in Japan, so it wasn't until the Game Boy Advance era that Nintendo actually started porting Fire Emblem games to like America and localizing them and stuff like that. So it's kind of a recent series in America. But the fun thing about this is the game's going to be in HD. The graphics look great. It's finally going to be on a console, not a handheld. And they seem to like put in a ton of time into this game. They were showing off a lot of the gameplay mechanics and features, so if you're really into the Fire Emblem series, you should definitely check out the new like gameplay videos that Nintendo has put out. Fire Emblem fans are very excited, and I haven't finished the last Fire Emblem game that came out, so I still need to go through that. But I did enjoy playing Awakening, and I played through that one multiple times, so I think I'm going to pick up Fire Emblem Houses, maybe just not at launch. And now we have a bunch of just random, third-party game reveals that I'm going to go through, just because they're not, as big as first-party Nintendo games, but these are still important titles. So, first off, the Undertale creator revealed Deltarune is going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch eShop starting on the 28th of February, and it's also coming out on the PS4, so PS4 and Switch players will be able to play Deltarune, which is kind of like a spiritual successor to Undertale. Next, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, the upcoming Castlevania-style game from the creator of Symphony of the Night and all those like really cool 2D action RPG Castlevanias. He's actually making Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. That is coming out on PS4 and Nintendo Switch later this summer, so who knows, probably August or something like that is what I would bet. But that game looks fantastic and is probably going to be a lot of fun. Rune Factory 4 and Rune Factory 5 are both coming out on the Nintendo Switch, so that's insane. We got 2 game announcements in the same series coming out on the Switch, so that's kind of unheard of, but people are happy. Rune Factory games are very unique. They offer a ton of customization and just things that you can do within those games. Dragon Quest Builders 2. So a lot of people slept on the first Dragon Quest Builders game, and then a few months after the game came out, more and more people, started watching Let's Plays on YouTube and trailers. Friends would talk about it, and the game actually turned out to be like a huge hit. A lot of people bought Dragon Quest Builders because I don't want to say it's like Minecraft, but in a way it is, because you can build your own world and create it, and it's so much fun. I have this one friend. She put in hundreds of hours into the first Dragon Quest Builders, and she's like super happy that it's getting a sequel on the Switch and PlayStation 4, and it's coming out in July. So a lot of July releases. If you haven't noticed, we're getting Fire Emblem, Dragon Quest Builders in July. Lots of games coming out in July and this summer in general. So hopefully there's not too much overlap on release dates, because that's usually not fun. Next, there is this action RPG Square Enix game called Oninaki or Okinaki, something like that. Honestly, title is Japanese. I need to hear someone pronounce it, and then I can be able to pronounce it properly. But it's an action RPG. They showed off a trailer. The art style is what caught my attention. Square usually makes really entertaining, exciting, like fun RPGs. This is coming out on the Switch and PlayStation 4 this summer, and it looks pretty good, honestly, so I'm gonna keep an eye out on that game. Final Fantasy IX is now available on the Nintendo Switch. Now, Final Fantasy IX is one of my top 5 favorite Final Fantasy games, up there with Final Fantasy VII and 6 and 5. So if you've never played a Final Fantasy game, I highly recommend picking up Final Fantasy IX on the Nintendo Switch eShop. The game is about $20 and it's a lot of fun. And apparently Final Fantasy VII is going to be coming out on March 26th for the Switch. So it's weird that they gave us 9 before they gave us 7. But I think it's because 7 is the more popular game, so they want to pad out the releases. Dragon Quest XI-S is a definitive edition, like Nintendo Switch version of the game, and apparently the Switch is going to get like exclusive content that's not available on any other version of Dragon Quest XI. So Switch fans are going to be able to play Dragon Quest XI in handheld mode or in like TV mode with enhanced features, and Dragon Quest XI is considered to be one of the better RPGs of last year. So the Switch is getting a definitive version with more features, and people are definitely going to have a lot of fun playing that. Next, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, a game that won a lot of Game of the Year awards when this came out. I believe GameSpot or IGN, one of them, listed it as one of their like Game of the Year, like best games or something like that. Needless to say, this game, fantastic game, really good sound design, very creepy. So not a game you should play if you want something fun, but very, very well done game. The developers did a fantastic job. And yeah, the Switch is getting a port of the game that is coming this spring. So if you want to play the award-winning Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, you'll be able to do so on your Switch very soon. And lastly, Assassin's Creed 3 is getting ported to the Nintendo Switch. So Ubisoft made Assassin's Creed 3 a while ago. I remember when that came out on the Wii U, because the Wii U had Ubisoft support early on, and they actually released that game on the Wii U, and it was like the only Assassin's Creed game to come out on the system. I heard that it did not sell very well, and I guess they're porting that same version to the Nintendo Switch with new content because it's remastered, so better graphics, new enhancement and features. So yeah, it's confirmed to be coming out for the Switch. So kind of weird, but okay. Honestly, I think they should port Assassin's Creed 2 or maybe even 4 over that one. Origins would be nice, but yeah. So anyway, that is all the gaming news for the week. I hope you enjoyed listening or watching this ASMR Gaming News video. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let me know what your favorite piece of news was. I'm curious to hear what everyone is most excited about right now. And yeah, I'll be sure to have a new ASMR gaming video out very, very soon. So thanks again for listening. If you want to support the channel, head on over to patreon.com/ASMRGaming. And with as little as $1 a month, you can become a Patreon supporter on the channel and get shoutouts and lots of other cool things. So thanks again, and I will see you all next time. So long and farewell.